way too easy to look outside. Sitting so comfortable without a spark in your eye, but I sit and wonder, where's it gonna go?
Hello folks, and welcome back to another Wizegamer video. I know it's been a while since I came out with my last video, but I've been really tied up with work. I had a cold, so my voice was all crackling, and it just wasn't a good situation for making videos. But anyways, now I'm back, and what we're going to be covering in today's video is Dragon Quest XI. Now, Dragon Quest XI, this video may contain some small spoilers, so if you're somebody who doesn't want to see the forecast or hear about the forecast of the future gameplay of this game, you may want to skip this video, but I appreciate you stopping by as always. Okay, to get started in this game, there is like a pre-game and there's a post-game. And actually, when you actually complete the pre-game, you're going to fight that boss, and then of course the credits are going to roll and all that good stuff, thinking that that's it, and that's pretty much it for Dragon Quest XI. But little to behold is that the game does still continue, which we call a post-game. So the post-game does continue, and in a lot of video games, the post-games only contain maybe an hour's worth of cutscenes, cinematics, and things of that nature, and then the game actually ends. That does not hold true with Dragon Quest XI. Dragon Quest XI, the post-game is still pretty large. There's still a lot to do with, again, the actual final boss at the end of this. So in this video, I'm going to go over how to actually achieve level 99, which is the max level of Dragon Quest XI, and also some of the steps needed from A to Z that's going to involve farming gold, the fastest way of farming gold in the game, and also casino tokens, and all the items and the pep powers and the actual skills and abilities that's going to be needed to actually get this done. So here we are in Octagona Casino, which is located in Octagona, actually. So if we open up the map, we're going to show you exactly where this place is located on the world map. So let's see here. Let's see, world map. And you can see right up there to the north where the big red star is, that's where we are. So that's where Octagona is actually located on the world map. Now, some of these should carry over from what you already discovered in the pre-game when you go into post-game, but some of them will not. Now, first off, I want to show you, because this is an item that we're definitely going to need to actually pull this off. And if we talk to the casino vendor here, this is where you could buy your tokens for gold points or gold coins. And we could see that the ratio is 20 gold coins per token. So if you have 1,000,000 gold coins, you're probably not going to actually have enough money to actually purchase the amount of tokens that you need to buy these items. So to make these, you have to get lucky with the game. There is videos on YouTube that had some tricks about hitting jackpots in this casino using the roulette table or slot machines. I prefer the roulette table because it's more of a bigger payoff. So basically, we see here that you need a lot of gold if you just want to come in here and purchase the tokens to buy these items. And again, we will show you where I go to farm gold. Now, this vendor right here is the one that sells the stuff that we could buy once we have the game, the casino tokens. So you could say I have over 1,000,000 tokens because I did hit a jackpot. It did take me a couple hours to do so. Some people, I heard, they hit it on like the second time that they play the game. So it depends all on luck and RNG. Now, in this list, this is the item that I'm talking about. It's called Pep Pip. And what this does is when you give it to a member in your group or yourself, it's actually going to pep them up, where they could turn blue and they could use their pep abilities. So we could see that these are rather expensive, and this is where you come to buy these with the tokens, and they're 125,000 a piece. So that goes to show you how much gold or tokens you're going to need to either convert the gold to tokens or whatnot to actually buy these. Now, if we go upstairs here to the VIP room, and again, not all these things that I'm going to be showing you in this video will be open for you if you just get into post game. You know, you still got to progress in the storyline to open up certain situations I'm going to be showing you in this video. And the video is going to be a little bit long. I'm actually doing it over. I made another video yesterday about this, but I felt it was just a little bit too long, so I'm going to try to trim it a bit in this video and just get to the basics, to what we have to talk about. Okay, so right here in front of me is the bank. So this is the amount of tokens that the casino has at the time that they can pay you out if you hit a jackpot. So if we talk to the bunny girl standing next to it, she's going to give you an idea how many tokens are actually in there. So let's just pick yes. And as we advance more, it should say it. Let's see. There we go. So she's saying right now there is 1 million tokens waiting to be won. So that's good. You want to wait for it to be a million. Now, if it's not a million, say if it's 600,000, it's still a good jackpot. But if you want to get the full potential and get that 1 million, you just keep resting at the end and keep coming back to this bunny girl until that changes to 1 million. Once you do that, you're going to want to now go to the game that you want to play. This one pays off the most. This one is a 200 token table. So you have to bet 200 tokens per number. I'm not going to get into the trick that I use because there's tons of videos covering this on YouTube, like I said earlier. And just to shorten the video, I will be skipping this part. But basically, just keep playing and playing. If you got the tokens, hopefully RNG luck is in your corner. Next, we're going to go to the spot that I go to farm gold. And to get there, we go to items. You should still have this from the pregame. And you want to use the calamus flute. And that's the flute that's going to call the whale that we fly on in the sky. So we're going to use that. Get summoned. And the spot that I go to farm my gold is up in the sky. It's called the First Forest. It's actually located right on top of the big tree. So let's open up our map. And there's the spot right there. I'm going to fly right to it. And we could see that the dot is right on top of the big tree. So again, if I pick no, fly a little bit, stop, open up the map, that's where we're located. All right, so you want to go right to that dot right above the tree. Let's turn around and go in there. And there we are. And here we are inside the forest. And again, it's the First Forest Whale Way Station. That's the name of the place. And the guys that we want to fight, they look like they have hula hoops. They have hula hoops around their waist. So those are the guys that we're going after. We're going to skip these guys. And they're located right up here in this opening. These guys right here. Now, the main guy we're going to use for this trick, is Eric. Eric is a must. And what we're going to be using for him is his ability. I don't know if it's under magic. I think it's under, well, we'll just go to this. Eric. And it's half inch. And the half inch steals the items from the enemies. So we have to steal these. They don't drop them. And they're the only monsters I understand in the game that actually drops these things. And I'll explain more about them after we fight them, exactly what it's all about. And Eric is used a lot for a lot of the things that we're going to be doing in this video. So half inch, and there's also this item right here that you could either make at the forge, and there's also a treasure box that contains one at that place. I'll put the text on. I can't remember the name off the top of my mind, but I'll put a little text in the video to let you guys know where that's located. It's the crypt. It's the crypt, but I'll give you more information later about that. So you could actually go there, search that whole area until you find the box, and that's going to have what they call robber gloves. So Eric, I believe I have him on him right now, and that's supposed to just like up his odds and stuff of actually being able to steal. And there it is right there. I made mine at the forge, and they're very easy to make. Difficulty's like 1. All right, so we're going to go up to these guys, and first of all, I want to make sure that all my guys are on manual mode. See, tactics, follow orders. Now we're good to go. Let's go in there, get into a fight. And I try to keep it in order. Monster A, Monster B, Monster C. So if I got to step away in the middle of a fight or something, I may forget the last guy that I actually robbed from, because you only rob 1 time per fight from each mob. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually start off with Eric, which is good. We're going to go to abilities. We're going to go to half inch, and we're going to steal from mob A. So these guys are called Hoopa Doopas. And right now he fails to steal. It can happen, but usually I have a pretty good success rate, so I usually get the items. So now we're just going to fast forward, because for the rest of the fight, now try not to use your most powerful abilities, because we want these guys to live until he gets the ability of stealing from all of them. Downside of these guys is that they cast charms and stuff, so they can screw up the fight as far as that goes, especially if Eric gets one. So Eric's up now, so let's see if he could steal this time. So again, we're going to go to A. And there's the item right there, and I'll show it to you after the fight. So basically that's it now. Now all we got to do is steal from B and C, and that's pretty much it. And then I'll show you the item right after we finish this. Okay, so we killed off the guys. We stole from each one of them with Eric. And this is the item right here. So of course it's going to be on Eric, because he's the one that got it. And it's called Devilry Drinkers. And what these do is, if you take them to any shop and you sell them, they give you 30,000 gold a piece. So right here we have 3 mobs. Say if each one gives us 3 mobs, use the math. You could really rack up a lot of gold doing this. And if you spend an hour or so here, you could probably actually get enough gold, if you have the patience and you don't mind grinding these guys for a while, where you could actually bypass playing the games in the casino and hitting the jackpots and using this gold just to buy those items right out. But there's another item we're going to cover a little bit later in the video, and that one takes a lot of gold just to buy that item. So you may want to save the gold for those too. So that's about it as far as my gold grinding goes. Now we're going to get into some other details before we actually get into the fights and tie this all together, where you could actually get your guys all up to level 99, which I understand is pretty much needed to finish the final boss in the game. So look at it this way: the post game is just a continuation of the actual game. It's still the same storyline, it just keeps growing, and that's pretty much it. And plan on at least an extra 10 to 15 hours at least. Now here we are back at Cobblestone, and Cobblestone through the course of the game went through some disaster here, so we could see that, yeah, it's in shambles right now. Now I'm not far enough in the game at the moment, but there will be, little spoiler coming up, there will be a quest or something that eventually we will get in the post game, which will change the actions of Cobblestone. Now, the reason why I'm here now to show you guys is because this is where they sell an item called, once you actually reach that point, I'm not able to buy it yet because I haven't reached that point, they're called Pep Pops or Pop Peps. And those are items that sell from the item shop here for 200,000 gold. Yes, 200,000 gold. And what that item does is that it peps up the whole group, which is really handy to have. So, of course, I won't be using it in today's video because I don't have it yet, but I just wanted you folks to know about that. So eventually, that's why we want to make a lot of gold in this game also. Because to actually do this strategy, it's going to take us, you know, depending on how lucky we get, it's going to take us several times to actually do it, to actually get up to level 99. So these items will definitely help. I also want to mention also is that there is a couple of monsters that are known for dropping the pep pops and the pep pips. And they are located, I will actually show that just a little bit later, or you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to post a link in the description panel, and this link will take you to the page that's got all that information. So it's two monsters. They look like those mean-looking slot machines. I'll supply a link in the description panel, and that'll take you right to that page. Okay, so next what we're going to do now is we're going to go over the abilities that most forums and websites recommend to have for doing this trick we're going to be doing a little bit later in the video. So let's open up our panels here, attributes, and we're going to actually go to, let's actually go to the character builder. Now Hero, he's somebody that most of the times you should never have to waste a pep item on, because he's got an ability where he could do his own pepping. So if we come down to his tree under Luminary, it should be right around here somewhere. And there it is right there. It's called Pep Up. And you get this pretty early in the game, definitely before the post game. So it takes 25 points each time to use it. And I mean, the MP cost is also 25. And so this is the ability you definitely want to get on the main characters, Pep Up. The next one is crucial. You definitely need this one. And this is Eric. So just go all the way to the very top of his build tree, and you should see Critical Claim. And Critical Claim is the best crit ability in the whole game, in my opinion. It never hardly ever misses, and it always does a 100% crit, which is definitely what we need to pull off the strategy that we're going to be using pretty soon. So anybody who's got a crit ability, you definitely want to activate for this. The other one is Jade. If we go to Jade and we go to the spare section, I think it's the spare section, yes. Yes, it is. You want to activate these abilities right here. This one's called Thunder Thrust. And this one is hidden behind here, which I could activate now, I think, if I have enough. Actually, I don't think I have enough yet to open it up. But it's called Lightning Thrust. And Lightning Thrust works a little bit better than the Thunder Thrust. So you want to try to get these two abilities because they actually are also another crit. The only thing with hers compared to Eric is that hers can miss a good amount of times. And with the fights we're going to be getting into, that could be crucial. So you just got to be careful and just get lucky, I guess, that her crit actually hits these monsters. So you definitely want to activate Thunder Thrust and Lightning Thrust. Another ability that you want to get is for Rab, and it's his pep power. And it's this one right here. I don't know if I could pronounce it correctly. It's Dridge of Dundracell or something like that. This helps a lot. This is something I found out on my own. I did not find this in research, and it does really help later on for the strategy. And basically what that does is that it puts all kinds of monsters to sleep, and it usually always works 100%. So this is something else that you want to try to use too. And then overall, for the peps that most people recommend for the strategy is these right here. Let me see if I can find them. I think the main character's involved in all of them. Let's see here. Hallelujah. So you want to use that one. And then let's see what the other one is. I don't know if he's part of that one. Yes, Electro Light. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be turning regular monsters into metal slimes. And that's what the whole strategy is going to be based on. So that's what we're going to be showing soon in the video now, is actually how to utilize all this and get it where we could actually come across those metal slimes. Or even king metal slimes. After a certain level in the game, I think it's like level 70 or so, you'll start getting more king metal slimes, which gives you a lot more experience points. So that's what the Electrical Light is going to do, and we'll see all that once we get into a few battles soon. Alrighty, so here we are inside of a dungeon, and this is a higher dungeon in the post game. And you actually want to come to a dungeon that's got really strong mobs, because you don't want them to die too fast, because the object is that what we want to do now is we want to get our guys pepped up without using the items. So you want to try to save the items and all that um, for later on once you actually start farming this. So for now, I'm going to try to pep up the traditional way. Now I understand to get pepped up, just keep defending and healing, because you want to get hit. So just keep defending and healing until your guys get pepped up. Now the people you want to pep up mostly for this is the main character, Eric, Salvador, Rab, because of that sleep trick I used with him, so I like to have him pepped up, and Jade. Those are the main people that we want to pep up. So alrighty, so basically I got pepped up on all my members by just fighting that one guy. Just fighting one guy. I just kept defending most of the times. I was hitting every now and then I was healing. So I just kept doing that, doing that. It probably took me about not even 5 minutes, and they did all get pepped up. So again, we're going to go over the main people you need to have pepped up for the strategy to actually work right. So let's open up our character pane here. So we can see that they all have the blue dot indicating that they got pepped up next to their names. So we need to have, for this, we need to have the main character, Jade, Eric, Salvador, and Rab. So those are the main guys we need to have pepped up for this strategy. Hendrix and say Veronica, they don't matter. You don't have to worry about them being pepped up for this to work. Alrighty, once they are all pepped up, you definitely want to save. Okay, because this strategy now takes a lot of luck. It's not guaranteed to happen all the time, and I'll show you the reason why. Plus, it depends on the mobs you're going to fight for this, because I understand that this strategy can work on any monster in the game. Some I do find have favorites that they like to go to actually pull this off. The reason being, I don't really know why, but I understand that a lot of it's got to do with the level you're at. I'm still at a pretty low level for post game, so a lot of mine are going to be regular metal slimes. I understand later on as you get higher in the game, a lot of them again will turn into a king slime, which gives you a lot more experience points. So, save is crucial because you may be resetting this a few times, so you don't have to go out and pep them up all over again. Alrighty, so let's head inside the dungeon, and we'll give this a whirl and see what happens. First of all, I want to make sure that I got the people I need in the group. So let's go to lineup. And in here, we're going to put the main character. I'm going to put Eric. We're also going to put, let's see, Jade. And Salvador for now. And then Rab will switch out in the midst of the battle. But first, I'll edit this out so we don't take up too much time. I'm going to go and rest these guys all up at an inn. Alrighty, so I rested them up. And another thing too is if it auto saves when you enter a dungeon, which most of them do, they'll do an auto save. I'll show it at the bottom right corner of your screen of the game. Then you could always take it from that auto save too if something screws up and doesn't go in your favor. Another thing I want to point out before we get started too is make sure you put a pep pip on each one of your people that you need to be pepped up at times, so that they have that ability of doing so. Okay, so now we're going to enter the dungeon. And there's a save spot right there too, right next to each one of these dungeons. Well, in the particular area I'm in. Alrighty, so I think we're all good. Let's make sure that we have everything on manual. Tactics, follow orders, so we're good there. Alright, everybody's got a pep pip. Everybody's fully rested. Let's give it a go. So I'm just going to do it on this guy for now, and we'll see what happens. Now, depending on the mobs that you're going to be fighting, you may want to do the strategy different than what I'm going to be doing against this guy. This guy doesn't cast any sleeps or abilities like that. So, but if you do fight monsters that do have those, my advice is find other mobs. But if you do want to fight those guys, and they do come out with one-shot kills and stuff like that, you may want to change up the strategy a bit. You may want to do the ability, which I'm going to be showing you soon, that actually turns them into metal slimes right away. What we do with Rab is really going to help because he's going to put them to sleep. All right, now we just want to double check something. We want to go to two abilities that we need, our pep abilities, to see actually who's involved in the group with these. So those are the guys we want to mainly keep pepped up. So let's see here. If we go to, I think Hero's involved in all of them. Or the main character, I should say. Let's go to pep powers. So we're going to need Electro Light, which takes Jade, Salvador, and the main character. So we know that those guys always have to be pepped until we pull that off. And then Hallelujah, which is the main character, Eric and Jade. So Jade's needed for both of them. And then the sleep ability pep that we use with Rab, which I believe takes Hero 2, or the main character, I mean, but I don't think he has to be pepped for this one. It will say it at the bottom if they do. So now, let's go in here. I don't want to do that. Okay, that's okay. Alright, now there's two monsters this time. Now, for this to work, you only need one monster. So you could kill off one of the guys, but again, you may use your pep powers doing so. So for now, what we're going to do is we are going to actually, let's see here, we are actually going to go to fight. We're going to go to pep powers right away. We're going to go to Hallelujah, and we're going to use that. And that's going to up our odds and the items and the experience and all that at the end of the fight. Her outfit's awesome. Alrighty. So now this is the only pep power we need with Eric. So once we use up his pep power, we don't really need to pep him anymore. Hopefully Salvador's will stay and not use it. Another reason why you want to do this all on manual. And now with him, what we're going to do for now, he's going to be very important later. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to take him out and replace him with Rab now. I just hope Rab doesn't use his ability right away, though. So we're just going to, you know what? We're going to leave Eric in for now. Yeah, let's try that. All right, now the main objective, except for Eric, is we need to get Hero. Salvador's already pepped, and Jade pepped again. So with Eric, let's see here. Let's go back to tactics and let's see, items, and let's give Jade to pep. So now she's pepped again. And with Salvador, we're going to actually just defend with him for now. Alrighty. And with the main character, we're going to do pep up. Oh, they killed Eric. I did not want that. Alrighty, now we're going to go back to pep powers now with these three. We're going to go to Electro Light. And now let's wish and hope that it's slimes and not robots. If you get the robots, you got to reset it. This is why the save is very important. So let's see. Yes. Yes. Now these guys run all the time. We don't want them to run from us. We need them. And they could run right now if they wanted to, once their turn's up. So what we have to do now is we got to go to lineup. We got to take out Eric and put in Rab. We're going to hit confirm. And I hope Rab comes up really soon. For now, with everybody else, we are just going to defend. Please don't run. There goes one already. That's why this is really, really difficult to do. It really is. Until you put that sleep on them. And of course, it's going to play games with me and make him come up at the end. Okay, here we go. Hopefully, I'll put them all under sleep. There's only two, so we're not going to get the full experience that we're looking for. Okay, good. So they're both asleep. Now we can relax a bit. Now what we're going to need to do is I'm going to take out Salvador, I think. And we're going to put Eric back in and try to get him up. Let's see here, lineup. Eric. Alrighty. That's good. Alright, now for him right now, I'm just going to defend. With her, I'm going to defend. And with Rab, I'm going to try to get up Eric. There we go. Now, I got to put another sleep on these guys soon because it might be wearing off. Once Eric is up, we're good. Alright, good. Alright, ready? Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it? There's Metal Slash. Critical Claim. Bang. See ya. Okay. I know Jade has hers, but again, if it misses, it's going to wake this guy up and he's going to run. So defend on everybody else. Just use Eric. Defend again. He's not pep, so we can't use that. So let's just wait till Eric comes up. Son of a bitch. There he goes. Bang. And let's see what we get. $326,000 experience points, folks. A little bit better than 5,000, huh? 326,000, but I'm going for the 700 to 900,000 experience. If you keep them all up, and especially when you start getting king slimes, you'll go up like 7 levels each person after doing this. It's a little time consuming. You may have to reset it a couple of times doing this, but it's the best way I could find doing all the research on the internet about getting these guys up to level 99. So let's see, they're going up from 59 to 61. It's a good start. But I know that the pep pips and the pop pip and all that stuff, Peter Pepper and all that stuff is difficult to get, time consuming. It is a very time consuming process overall. So that's why I wanted to come out with a video gluing all the bits and pieces all together in one video. That's why it's pretty long. So we could see that it definitely works. And you will get the same results with any monster that you want to fight. You just want to fight the stronger ones so that they can live through certain things and stuff like that. And there's the extras that we get from using Hallelujah. There's nothing wrong with seeds of life, seeds of power, and all that good stuff. And that's basically it. That's basically how it works, folks. So again, just reset it. You know, if you're trying to get the highest experience, I understand in a forum, one guy did get 900,000. He said it raised him like 8 or 9 levels each person. So if you want to do that, just keep resetting it until you actually get that. So until then, folks, I hope this helped. I know it's a long video, but we did cover a lot of cool stuff in it. Thumbs up if you liked it. And feel free to sub up for more future videos. Until then, thanks for watching Wizegamer.